I normally find if I'm passionate about something within the classroom, then the students will catch on to that. So when I presented this book, I said, this is a story that it's going to teach us about history and geography and things like that, but more importantly, it's going to teach us about how do you overcome adversity, how do you go against insurmountable odds, and it's an incredible true story. So then they're intrigued, and then by the time I'm done reading on the first day, there's audible groans when the bell rings, and so I knew I was onto something.
A compelling story like that of my father, Louis Zamperini, in a project-based learning style, it's having an effect on these kids that's going to last them their entire lives.
We read the complete novel, we watch the film, and then I turn it out to them. I have the students get in small groups and say what they think about this situation. How would they have struggled differently? Do they see themselves in that story?
In the traditional model of education, the teacher is expert, and I'm imparting my wisdom on my class of students. And this switches things up a little bit. It's more of a supporting role.
It's not the lecturer, the teacher's the all-knowing expert at the front. It's allowing the kids to have a choice and voice, allowing the kids to talk, moving around. It is creative classrooms like you've never seen before.
So when we get to the life raft scene within the book, I would mark it out with tape to kind of put that in perspective, and it really kind of hits home with them, and we put them 3 into a life raft, and for them to feel as cramped as they are, and they're just on the floor, they're not in the middle of the ocean. So it was something that stuck out to them as a really kind of humbling experience.
It's really, really tight.
I felt this story would work as an educational unit because it resonates on so many different thematic levels with the ideas of hope, faith, and dignity. It allowed the students to see a different perspective within a larger context, and it allowed them to kind of find their own voice. That's when you allow the students to say, what do you think? Give your opinion on this topic. What does faith mean to you? What does dignity mean to you? What does it mean to have hope?
And at the end of the day, we would kind of reflect on what we read that day, and it really brought us together because we each got to share our own opinion on how the book was affecting us in that moment and how we felt about the book.
No matter how big of a hole you've dug yourself into, or no matter how many people have told you that you can't do this, that you can't make it through this, you think, Louis made it through so much, and if he could make it through that, you sure can make it through whatever you're going through.
How he forgave the bird, that just takes pure courage to just do. I mean, I can't forgive someone that just hurt me so bad, and it takes a lot of courage, which really inspired me and really gave me hope to forgive that person. And I'm improving and forgiving that person. Now I talk to that person when I could never do it.
This is so much better than sitting and reading a textbook because it's tangible. This really happened. This man really went through this, and he became a stronger person through it.
With this story told in this way in school districts across the country, we could make a real difference in the way our kids are growing up and the values that they will take with them into adulthood.
I know I saw a difference in my classes. After we read it, they're more compassionate, they're more understanding, they're more willing to listen to each other. We're inundated with negativity, negative on the news, negative on social media. And imagine if we were just able to have that small kindness, that small positive effort. We could counter that. You could have this counterculture that could fight the lack of hope that we see in our society in our modern era. And that's powerful because that's how you work towards solutions.